Welcome back, everybody, to day 9 of the hunting vlogs, where I seen more deer on the way to the stand than I did in the actual deer stand. Yep, it was one of those days. Get my headlamp ready to go. And that's pretty well it. Take a drink and I'm ready. I'm trying out some camera angles with the scope, and then I realized you guys couldn't even see the deer because I was off. So I'm going to spare you that and give you guys a tree stand tour instead, because unfortunately I don't have any other good footage. I didn't see any deer this morning. So here is where I keep my little scope or binocular. I don't know what you guys call that. And then here is where I keep my crossbow. And yes, it's loaded. Always cock your crossbow before you go out there. This is my stool my dad made me, and then I have some old hats underneath it so that it doesn't make noise when I climb up and down it in case a deer just comes up out of nowhere, which they have, because normally I don't hear them coming. This is actually the spot where you watch my dad got his first deer and my first deer this year. So if you've seen those videos, then this spot should look familiar. This is a beautiful cornfield over to the right here. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. But this is where all my beautiful sunrise pictures are. This is where the sun is rising right now. However, it is slowly moving to the right. So pretty soon I won't be able to get those amazing sunrise pictures. Here is my milk crate. That is what I keep all my stuff in. And then an extra seat in case someone is in the stand with me. They have a place to sit. Keep my extra arrows here, my scope, my gloves, all that stuff. This right here is where I would keep a firearm, which right now it's archery season. But coming up, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stay in this stand. I think I'm going to move inward more into the woods to kind of get away from neighbors who hunt too. Not really sure yet. Here is my chair. My dad actually made this out of a tractor seat. And it swivels and it has a little footrest for my short little legs. And it's perfect. So thanks, Dad. This chair rocks. Here is a couple deer trails over here too. There was one footage in one of the videos where a deer came pretty close. This was actually the angle that I got that footage from. And then back here, you may see a camera box in the distance there. That is currently empty because I have the camera moved. But there's a 20 mark there, a 30, and then a 40. Also, thanks, Dad, for marking everything. That's awesome, especially for archery. So I know how to angle my bow. And then right there's a little orange tag. You may be able to see it. It's basically orange electric tape. And then there's some right over there. My dad went and tagged all the different deer trails so you can easily see where deer might be coming out. He is just the best. I'm just going to say it. And then down here is another trail tag right there. Is the orange one. However, bucks seem to come in through here. They seem to come in wherever they want, honestly. But does have a pattern, and they only enter in they'll like come down this road right in the field, and they'll enter in way over there, come around, turn, come around again, turn, and then come through this trail right here, which is what I've noticed. So yeah, I didn't see any deer today, but that's okay. I did see one buck. I should say that. 7:40 this morning, I heard a bow go off, like a bow and arrow. And I mean, it was a bow. Like, it was not a tree branch or anything. And I looked around, thought maybe it might be one of my hunting buddies, but they're pretty far away. I'm like, I don't know that I would hear that all the way over here. Looked out in the cornfield behind me, because sometimes sound travels, differently, and you think it comes from one direction when you're out in the woods, and it might not come from that direction. Here's my little clippy thing to get my bow down safely, so I don't have to carry it down the ladder. Anyways, I looked out in the field, and this big-ass buck was hauling ass across the field. I got my scope out, and I was looking, and there is a blind in that cornfield that belongs to a neighboring property, so potentially they may have shot out of that. It is pretty close to me, which is another reason I kind of want to move inward more during firearm season, because they are so close to me. And I don't know if they missed the buck or whatever. I got my scope out and I was watching their blind for quite a while. I didn't see anybody climbing in and out of it. So I have no idea who shot what. Here is my little adapter for the SD card for the game camera. I'm going to go do that next. And spoiler alert, I didn't find shit because someone is messing with our cameras, I'm pretty sure. I found some things messed in my deer stand. And then also this morning, I found a chocolate drip on my deer stand seat. I know it's not just in my head. Like, this is what I found on my seat this morning. So now it's definitely confirmed that someone is fucking with my shit. And I am pissed. So I wiped it up with a glove, and then I smelled said brown stain, and it smelled really, really sweet. Long story short, daylight came, and I looked down at my gloves, and I was like, wait a minute, this shit has a glitter in it. What kind of chocolate has a glitter? I joined my hunting party later, and I let them know, hey, I'm not crazy. I've noticed a few things been moved around, and today it is definitely confirmation that someone has been in my deer stand. There's now chocolate. I showed them my glove. They all smelled it. They all agreed it smelled sweet like chocolate. And then I said, what? There's also glitter in it. And like, what kind of chocolate would have glitter? And then someone said maybe one of those hot chocolate bombs. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So my game camera has been messed with every time I go check it. So I'm kind of in this dilemma of trying to figure out who is messing with my deer stand so that we can take the precautions we need to do. And not jump to conclusions, and just make sure that I get all my ducks in a row and I do my research, and then we'll go from there. All right, everybody, I hope you have a safe and happy archery season. We got about a week left in Indiana, and then it's going to be firearm seasons for us. Hope everybody is safe. Be ethical, be practical, be kind to your neighbors, and happy harvest.